I just want to make a public service announcement to Nigerians. Uh, in Nigeria, we're surrounded by French countries. We have Benin, Niger, Togo, Chad, Cameroon. These are all countries that speak French. And anyone that moves around in Africa knows that you need French to survive. But for some reason, we haven't gotten that whole skill in Nigeria. A lot of people speak French in Nigeria, but it's not as much as it should be. Now, here's another reason for you to learn French. As you know, many people are trying to leave the country, but I think the biggest issue is cost. If you want to go the education route, education abroad costs a lot of money, especially in places like Europe and North America, even Australia and other oceanic countries. Education is relatively expensive, even if you go to the Caribbeans. So, well, in Canada, generally, it will cost you at least $15,000 to $20,000 a year in tuition for a college, and more than that for a university. So that's the biggest, I think, hindrance to Nigerians moving abroad to Canada. Well, in Quebec, it's also high. It's gone up. I think colleges, on average, you should expect to pay at least $17,000 a year in tuition, and for university, you should expect to pay at least $24,000 a year. So this is a lot of money. Well, Quebec has made a new rule. It's going to come into effect next year. If you study outside of Montreal, and I believe if you study outside of Quebec City, which are the two biggest populations, the two, I guess, most important cities. Quebec is the capital of Quebec province, and Montreal is Montreal. If you're a Nigerian, it's pretty much like Abuja and Lagos. So basically, they're saying if you study outside of Abuja and Lagos, there are some things that they have for you. And what do they have? You're going to pay the same tuition as Quebecers, people from Quebec. So you're not going to be paying 24,000. You're not going to be paying $17,000. Roughly to be about $3,000 a year, maybe even slightly more. 4 or 5 max. I don't think it will be up to 5 for a full year. It's not for everything you study. It's for, I think, about 6 avenues: engineering, health science. I don't know if that includes medicine. That's a question I've had. I haven't seen an answer yet. Social work, IT. I think these are the main groups. There are a couple others. I'll put the link in the description to the Quebec government announcement. So, if you're Nigerian, why not learn French? Really? And honestly, you'd need a B2 level to study. That's what I would suppose. And if you follow it with 10 to 20 hours a week, even from pure beginner, in 2 months you should be at least A2 level. That's what I'm saying. And in 6 months you should be B1 solidly. And I'm talking about personal study, independent study. And there are links all over the place. You have access to online resources, and if you don't know, ask. If you're a Nigerian, go to nairaland.com and search learn French Canada, something like that. You should find a number of threads, uh, and in those threads you see information, you see links, you see resources there. You can learn it if you want. And let's say you don't even move to Canada in the end. This is an important skill in Nigeria. So that's a fallback that you can have. Whether you're working at schools, French teachers are generally one of the most, the higher paid, because it's a little bit rare. Um, International schools in Nigeria also need bilingual or multilingual teachers. This could spark a fire in you, and before you know it, you're learning Spanish, for example. You can work remotely in Nigeria for a Canadian or an American or a European company that's looking for customer service or even writing in both languages, in French. You can, having these other languages in your repertoire, apply to the foreign service in Nigeria, the immigration service, um, the UN and other UN agencies that are looking for workers in Nigeria and in Africa. So the possibilities are endless. Yes, it could bring you here, but there are also other things you could do with such a skill. And as for Canada in general, when you speak both languages, if you're doing express entry, it increases your points, sometimes substantially, and it could even increase your points if you get so good at French that you are comfortable switching your first language from English to French. Do you understand? So, for example, Ontario, and I'm sure other provinces will soon have this. I believe. No, I know about Ontario, so let me just say that Ontario has a French-speaking um, PNP program. So, if you take the next 6 to 8 months, you get to a B2 level. It's possible. People have done it. You get to a B2 level. Um, you could apply to Ontario for their PNP program, or even if you want to study in Ontario, they have French universities there that are looking for students. Yeah, the Franco Ontario University. There are universities outside of Quebec that teach in French but don't have students. You come there, you have your French language, you're ready to learn. They'll be happy to take you. So think about this, fans, and I strongly urge people to take this opportunity with both hands. If you don't take it out as well, I know others are already planning to take it. If you search YouTube, you see that all the French, African, Franco-African um, immigration channels have sounded this out. So, I mean, there won't be any lack of students for this program. But I just wanted Nigerians to see this opportunity again. And why did I feel like I needed to do this PSA? I told this to some people, and a number of people were very receptive and very positive. But one was like, "Oh, it's French. Doesn't matter anyway." So the person just dismisses the entire program, dismisses the language, doesn't think how this could positively affect them because it's French. I mean, come on. Anyway, good luck and have fun.